Suit yourself, but bad weather's moving in from the east. Wind's only gonna get stronger as the storm gets closer.
Dismissing his warning, Tina edged forward, wanting to get to the observation deck before the rep from High Glamour arrived. She needed time to smooth her tangled hair and regain her composure.
Alrighty then, just follow the lights and watch your step.
With a curt nod, Lester turned and walked toward the elevator. He thumbed the single button on the stainless steel panel. Then the big door slid open, and Tina was alone in the blustery night. Bracing herself against the now constant wind, she hurried across slick concrete, wobbling slightly on her 3-inch heels. The expensive designer pumps had been a present she'd given to herself after she'd booked her last big job, and she felt a little better when she glanced down to admire the sleek shoes. When she looked up, the stunning view of the city skyline was just visible over the waist-high ledge of the observation deck. Forgetting her plan to play it cool, Tina gasped in pleasure and rushed forward to lean against the smooth metal of the guardrail. A million lights spread out before her, and she imagined that each one marked a spot where another person lived or worked or stood, just like her, looking out into the big, shining city. An ache started in her chest at the thought that no one was out there waiting for her to come home. She was all alone now. Determined not to cry, she opened her portfolio and scanned her composite card, wondering how long it would take for the rep from High Glamour to notice the difference. She wasn't the model he'd requested to meet, but maybe he wouldn't notice right away. A casting director must see thousands of headshots and composite cards every month, right? So maybe he'll let me slide, or decide he likes me better. The man from High Glamour had called the Tremaine Modeling Agency earlier that day, asking to make an emergency booking. A model had canceled on him at the last minute, and he needed to find a replacement before the magazine's cover shoot the next day. Overhearing the agency's booking agent on the phone, Tina had known right away that it was a once-in-a-career opportunity. Unfortunately, the man had already reviewed the agency's online portfolio. Tina wasn't the model he'd wanted. The sound of footsteps started her heart pounding. She closed her portfolio and turned toward the approaching figure, realizing with a flush of embarrassment that she didn't remember the man's name. "You must be the casting director with High Glamour," Tina said as the man's tall frame came into view. "Tremaine Modeling sent me over for the go-see prior to tomorrow's cover shoot." Recoiling as a sudden flash of light illuminated the deck, she managed to raise a hand to shield her eyes, just as the man snapped another picture. The flash on his camera emitted a second burst of light, prompting Tina to take an uncertain step backward. "Hold on," she said, trying to keep the anger out of her voice. "This isn't the red carpet, you know. I wasn't ready for a flash."
"You should always be ready," the man replied, stepping closer. "After all, you never know what's going to happen next."
Tina thought she detected a hostile undertone in his voice. Could he have realized she was an imposter so quickly? Or was she just being paranoid? Studying the man with growing unease, she noticed that his black leather jacket, knit beanie, and dark glasses helped him blend seamlessly into the night. "Right. Well, I'm ready now if you want to take a few more shots." She tried for a casual tone. "But this'll give you a better idea of what I can deliver at a proper shoot." Pulling out her composite card, she held it toward him. The wind plucked it from her hand and sent the paper swirling into the air. Tina lunged forward just as it fluttered over the ledge and vanished into the darkness. Leaning over the rail, she glimpsed the streetlights 600 feet below and gasped. "That sure is a long way to fall." The man was suddenly beside her. His softly spoken words hung in the air as he looked down, then turned to her and frowned.
"You don't match the headshot I saw online."
The hard set to his jaw made Tina take a step backward. Looking past his solid frame, she surveyed the deserted terrace, wondering how long it would take Lester, the friendly security guard, to make his rounds of the big building.
"You are blonde and beautiful,"
the man continued in a cold voice that raised the hair on the back of her neck.
"But you're definitely not the girl I was expecting to meet. You're not Katie."
Raising a gloved hand toward her, he lifted her chin with one long finger, then removed his dark glasses, as if he wanted to get a good look. His icy expression caused her voice to tremble as she tried to explain. "Katie wasn't available. She's over..."